Старый приятель.
Merci Lutfi. Merci. Teşekkür ederim. I'm not sure if this is kind of a punishment that I'm going to speak at the end after so many honorable speakers and after the inspiring words of Graham. It's true that I've been in my life running after him in trying to get over the positions he used to hold in the international liberal family, in the youth as president of the Young Liberals and then moving to Liberal International, or to be here speaking after the person who was my superior, my president in Liberal International, or speaking after somebody like Kalin, who I was so much inspired in 2005 during the Congress of Liberal International here in Sofia, when him as Prime Minister and His Highness Simeon II as Prime Minister of Bulgaria were giving us a reason to believe that the Western Balkans and the Balkans in general do have a place in Europe. And I'm always happy to be at the MRF events. Mustafa, you know it, Lutfi as well. I always cherish the opportunity to be here. But I also always cherish to have the friendship and the work together with Jevdet in the Bureau of Liberal International for so many years, and with Ilhan, who was wholeheartedly contributing towards the human rights work of Liberal International. Allow me to say a few words of memory, of reminding myself why are we here as liberals from this region talking about cooperation. In 2007, when I was appointed Secretary General of Liberal International, everybody from the region congratulated me and said, like, oh, we have great opportunity now. One of us is taking place in the helm of the Secretariat of Liberal International. I was the first non-Western person to occupy a leading position in Liberal International. There was nobody before me. So it was a great opportunity for everybody in the region. And then I thought, how can I help everybody from the region to speak up and speak actually through me in Liberal International? I went to Zagreb to see Vesna. She was deputy president of the parliament. And I asked her, Vesna, would you take over the responsibility of coordinating everybody in our region to make sure that we speak with one voice? Because when we speak with one voice, we are powerful. When we speak with 50 voices, we can be heard, but we are not going to be listened to. So only a few months later in Skopje in 2008, we created Lipsen. And one might say we have not achieved much. But over the last 10 years, the progress has been there. Croatia is now a member of the European Union. Albania joined NATO together with Croatia. Montenegro joined NATO exactly because of the work of some liberals who are present here, like Roman Jakic as Minister of Defense, or Vesna, who I mentioned, was President of Lipsin and Foreign Affairs Minister of Croatia. They pushed strongly for Montenegro to become member of NATO. Serbia is today negotiating membership in the European Union. Kosovo is a new state building highways at a much faster rate than any other country in the region. And Macedonia, after a year of decade, is finally back on track towards democratic path. But we have to think, what do these meetings serve for? They serve for stirring up enthusiasm among ourselves that we can do things better when we work together. This dramatic voice that you heard from my iPad earlier was from the two websites I wanted to check. The first one was of the European Commission on the structural reforms. That's the video of the EU, very dramatic indeed these days. And the second one was of CBRIC. CBRIC is the joint cooperation of a couple of countries from the southeast of Europe, namely Albania, Macedonia, Greece, Turkey, Romania, and Bulgaria, to set up a joint military missions for peacekeeping purposes across the world. We never really strengthen this command that exists in Greece. We never really promote it. We never really go out to say proudly, this is our own work. This is our own integration. This is our own contribution to Europe and to the world. We have to dream a little bit further. We have to think about, if Europe is talking about common defense policy, we can contribute to it already now. We already had an infrastructure in the region from some previous states that we were parts of joint production of military equipment. That's exactly what Europe is talking about these days. So we should use these events, we should use these meetings to dream further, because only with such dreams we can offer hope to our people. Europe goes through a very difficult situation at the moment, not because of lack of enthusiasm, but because of complete change of political scene. The parties across Europe are not what they used to be in the past. They are not a static organizations that are taken for granted by the citizens. Some of them have taken over very populistic and very destructive positions, something that we have seen in the region. What is happening in Bulgaria, it's very disappointing, but also very concerning. It is, as Mustafa said, absolutely unnecessary for a populist, nationalistic party, which actually bases its policies on xenophobia and discrimination, to be part of the government. That doesn't serve well neither Bulgaria, nor the neighborhood, nor Europe. It's a lesson that we should take from here, learn from here, and actually be vocal that it should not continue or it should not be repeated. But that does not mean that we do not trust the Bulgarian state. On the contrary, Bulgaria is going to take over the presidency of the European Union as the 1st of January. It's a great opportunity for all of us. After that, it's Austria that is taking over the presidency of the European Union. Well, Austria is not really in the Balkans, but as our old friend from Hungary, Matthias Örsi, who was leading the liberals in the Council of Europe, used to say, well, you know, in a way, Austria and Hungary are kind of northern Balkans with all the connections that they had. So we should never forget that. And after that, Kalin, it will be on your doorstep that the European Union will come over in 2019 to take over the presidency of the European Union. We do have the opportunity to influence a lot these processes. We can meet quite often in Sofia from 1st of January to the 30th of June next year. We can meet quite often in Austria or after that in Romania during these presidencies and share with the EU that number one, we do not believe in multi-speed Europe, because then that will be a disaster for the region. And number two, that our projects are huge and our dreams are big. I'm looking forward to be part of that, no matter what kind of position in life I will have in the future. So thank you very much for giving an opportunity, and let's dream big together.